Hey guys, how's it going? Today we'll be taking a look at the mod Traffic Manager within City Skylines. This is a mod that lets you change your traffic layout in the intersections and try to achieve a better traffic flow. That's the goal of this mod. So it lets you change different things like traffic light timing, crosswalks, stuff like that, and lets you try and optimize your traffic. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to go through all the stuff that this mod can do. So, starting off, we have switch traffic lights. So you can see here there are traffic lights on this intersection. Now we can go ahead and unclick switch traffic lights, and the cars will just interweave and try to all go at the same time. Now in real life, this is not going to work. So I'm just putting that out there. If you want a realistic city, you probably don't want to go with this. Alright, so we can switch them back on. However, we're going to switch them back off for our next thing that we're going to do here. We have add priority signs. The traffic lights do have to be off in order to use this, because you can see here there's a blue circle and we can add priority signs. However, if we switch the traffic lights back on, we can't add priority signs here. So what we have to do is switch them off. Then we can go here and add priority signs. So we can, each road can have diamond, triangle, which is yield, or stop sign. So the triangle, the diamond indicates that this is a main road. So we can say that this is a main road here. And the yield indicates that they will stop as long as traffic is going on the main road. And otherwise, they will go right ahead. As you can kind of hopefully see here. See, they wait for the traffic to cross on the main road, and then they go. And then we can also give them a stop sign, which forces them to stop regardless. So they stop, they check, and then they go, if it's clear. So you can see here, everybody stops now. Alright, cool. So now that we've added some priority signs, let's switch the traffic lights back on. You can see that they're working normally again. We'll take a look at manual traffic lights. So if we see here, let's slow down the time. Oops. What did I do here? Let's speed this up just so I see what I did to this thing. Oh, alright, okay. So now you can see that everybody has a red light. So you can go ahead and give these guys a green. And they will go. We'll stop these guys, give them red. And give everybody from here green. These guys should have red. Okay, now everybody here will go where they need to go. Alright, we can stop them. Oops. And give this road again priority. Now you can go down back to this one, give them a green light, and that's just how it works. Makes sense. Now we can have timed traffic lights, where you can select a node and add a state. So we can say it's going to stay like this for however many seconds we want. Like say, I'm not sure if this is in seconds, but I'm going to assume it is. So we can say 10 seconds. They're going to add a different state where it stays in this state for 20 seconds. Then we can start. So we can see it here. It now works based on the timer we gave it. These are obviously not exactly in seconds. They're quite a bit. Actually, you know what? They might be in... Yeah, okay, they're in seconds in real time. So 3 times speed. They're going to have 3 times per second. So 1/3 of a second each one there. And yeah, you can see that our timed traffic lights are working pretty nicely. So you can go ahead and remove the timed traffic lights there. Alright. Then what we can also do is change lanes. So for example here, we see we have lane 1, which corresponds to this leftmost lane in this direction, and lane 2, which corresponds to the rightmost lane here. You can see that for lane 2, forward and left is disabled and only right, as you can see indicated by the arrow. And here, forward and left is enabled and right is disabled, as you can see by the arrow. But what we can do is, for example, give them both. We can let them both go in any direction they want, which we might have to actually clear traffic in order for that to work, so that they get different pathfinding AI. So if we get anybody coming down this road, hopefully we can see it in action. Alright, let's do it for this road here as well. Oops. I'll select that one. And give everyone here. Actually, we can probably illustrate this better if we don't let anybody in that lane at all. And then again, if we get somebody coming down here, you can see that nobody even uses this leftmost lane because they're not allowed to. So hopefully if we get a bus. Alright, so here's the thing. This doesn't actually work. These guys need to have a left turn lane, because as you can see, these buses, they're all coming here, turning left to our transport hub over here, and they actually disappear there. So they do need a left turn lane in order to get where they need to go. See, that blue one disappeared again, but if we clear traffic again, we should see the blue ones go on their route. And then come back. Hopefully take a left here. See, they're still disappearing. So there are bugs with this. There definitely are bugs, which you do want to pay attention to. But yeah, this basically lets you change the lanes here. So for example, if you want to disable right turn here and make this only, for example, we want to make everybody turn only left, you can do that. However, there might be bugs like we previously experienced. Alright, next thing, add/remove crosswalk. We can add crosswalks in here, remove them. This here is a bug again. If you add a crosswalk, save the game and then remove it, it makes it missing texture. So there are definitely a lot of bugs with the crosswalk thing. It's still a work in progress. As you can see here, this one looks very buggy. And then next thing you can do, clear traffic. This clears all the traffic everywhere, and then they start respawning. And then we also have disable despawning, which is where if you have a traffic jam, cars are gonna pile up. And if you disable despawning, then no cars will despawn in the traffic jam, which means you will get even bigger traffic jams. However, luckily you can re-enable it and also clear traffic if you need to. Alright, so that was the mod, Traffic Manager, which you can find in the Steam Workshop at the link down below in the description. If this did help you out, please leave a like and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye!